not the title screen. To be fair, most of the time I just start on the save screen. It's just I had already exited out of the save screen. But yeah, hi, welcome back to more Final Fantasy 16. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish this tonight or if it's gonna be like another 2 nights, but... Got a blue sky? Nice. I need to, like, be more proactive about getting my invite codes out there, because I have 5 invite codes that are just sitting, and I just haven't, like, thought to give them to anyone. Honestly, I should probably just throw them in the Discord and be like, here, free for all. But yeah, how are you doing, Squiggles? Oh, the one with Ultima shape-shifting? That one? Weaseled your way out of a 12-hour shift?
The
Nice.
4 of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Kandor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Yeah, we've...
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they would allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Hey, Akka, how are you doing? Yeah, that was weird. I mean, it feels in character for Ultima to do, but like... It feels in character, but it also feels very weird. You know? I wouldn't go that far. To be fair, there was also the other scene with Benedicta way at the start of the game. And, this game also has a lot of the, it has a lot of the violence shown on screen. I need this bomb to, like, perish.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
The whole Crystalline Dominion part. Yeah, the fucking awesome fight with Bahamut. That fight went so hard. Holy shit. Joshua and Clive meeting again
Another ether
was very
flood.
nice.
They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Yeah, I was sad that we had to fight Dion, but at the same time, like, oh my lord, that fight was so cool. You know, like, I don't like Annabella. I didn't like Annabella as a character. Like, she's a very well-written villain. In that, like, she's written very well in that, like, you're meant to hate her, and it does a very good job of doing
There are a
that.
few places I haven't.
But, like, I don't know. I feel kind of conflicted
Right now,
about it
Joshua.
because it's one of those.
There is a
I felt
resident
this about
just
one of the
inside this
antagonists of Xenoblade
She
3
awaits
as
us
well.
within.
It's just one of those things of like, you know, yes, I don't want you here, but also that's that's horrible, and I didn't want you to go out like that. I don't know how I didn't like immediately be like, yes, Ultima is the child. But somehow that flew under my radar.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety.
So
And
why did
since
they
the
not
day I
deliver
left
Clive?
Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
He's like,
Rise, Lady
we're gonna
Yotei.
protect Joshua, but we're gonna let Clive be stuck in slavery.
You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now, tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima.
The Black
and bid
Pearl.
Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waluda knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us! We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity!
How dare you!
Hey, Taco. How are you doing?
Distinguished members of the council. You must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
Oh, look, it's evil Alpha Nod.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Evil Twink.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Why does this guy look so similar to Clive's dad?
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
You?
The tapestry. Show them.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yotei of the lake?
By all means.
Yotei, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yotei.
Let's find our friends.
You know, this is 100% like a half-forgotten memory, but that
it's plain she cares
that tapestry reminds me of
And I her, which is why I had to let her
Final
go.
Phase Sephiroth from FF7.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Is it another pin? Yep. Oh, cool. It's a Phoenix down.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay, sorry to do this to you. Give me just a sec. I will be back in just a moment. Sorry. Nearly just turned off the capture card source.
Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Got your first thing of Spyro. Nice.
The free cities under siege?
I need to, like, actually look into starting HRT. It's one of those things where, like, I've wanted to do it for forever, but I don't know where to start. And so I haven't.
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Citadel patches since August. That's good. That's nice. Wow, that single fight was worth significantly more experience than most of the boss fights in this game. Hmm.
Don't get surrounded.
I thought that said Orcish memester, and I was like, wait, what? Excuse me? Having fun over here, buddy?
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Oh, great. Orcish memester sounds like a Tumblr URL, yeah.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Hmm.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Mididol, but everyone calls me Mid.
Mididol sounds like Mididol sounds like a drug.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
Maybe it's just because we're talking about HRT stuff, but Mididol sounds like an HRT drug.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
Progestodon.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors.
Why does Progestodon sound like a dinosaur name?
They don't stand a chance against those things. They've been routed. They're wearing Waluda armor.
To be fair, like, experiencing an entire D&D campaign is a surprisingly rare occurrence for a lot of people. Because for any sort of, like, extended D&D campaign, you really need to, be able to... Also, what the hell? Why is the music so loud all of a sudden? You need to have, like, consistent schedules for, like, over a year. Jesus, that did a lot of damage.
Nice try. I needed that.
I didn't restock my potions. An entire D&D campaign? You mean one that doesn't just end slowly and quietly after 6 months? I have... Not only have I finished a D&D campaign before, I've actually finished 2. Which is something that, like, is unheard of to some people. Never finished a single one. The one that I'm in currently is definitely gonna go for a while longer because our DM has said that he wants to get us all the way up to level 20, which is another thing that not a whole lot of D&D people have gotten to in 5th edition, just because, like, most people end their campaign at, like, level 9 or 7. We're sitting at, I think, level 11 currently. Balancing becomes a severe problem above level 10. Yeah, it's because, like, everyone has immense amounts of options. Really? But yeah, like, it's especially funny because most of the people in our campaign play decently, not necessarily min-maxed characters, but like pretty well optimized characters for the most part. I appreciate that the charge hits hit through the protection.
What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here.
But yeah, if you make your fights too like, balancing CR is such like a fine tightrope to try to walk. That went clean over my head, game. And what was that?
No.
Oh, there we go. There's our first game over since, like, part 1. Got charged hits the second you unlock the skill tree and never looked back. I can understand. Charged hits in this game are really good. So yeah, that's game over number 2, by the way. Because I got 1 game over to Benedicta in the fight against her. I want to test this. Why did my... Did I just black out on stream too, or did that just black out on my TV for no reason? Just me? That should not do that much damage. Like, Jesus, that does so much damage. I playing on normal? Think so? How do you check your difficulty? The onion sword. I want to say that it is. I just don't know if it, like, telegraphs itself in the, I'm just gonna hold off for a minute here. What's up? Everyone dies. The upgraded version of Flames of Rebirth is such a good damage dealer for groups.
Big. Joshua and Jill must be busy.
It's just a bit sad that Flames of Rebirth has like an almost 2-minute cooldown on it. Even with the cooldown reductions that I've got on it, it's like 108 seconds, I think, which is over a minute and a half. Balancing, it's too good.
It's over.
It's always really fun to me whenever you have like games that are just like they introduce one thing that unexpectedly is absolutely really busted. I hate this thing for teleporting around. I just want to get my damage multiplier up as high as I can. Ow, ow, ow! Fuck off with how much damage that did. What the hell? That nearly killed me from full health.
Let's roll ready.
Perish.
This is the Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
Yeah, Titan Punch honestly does probably too much damage. Especially if you manage to get up to the 1.5 times multiplier. which it seems really easy to do if you've got a spare use of both Gouge and Flames of Rebirth.
These creatures, does Ultima's reach extend this far? What the hell is going on here?
Die!
Full staircase. Honestly, there's kind of a part of me that wants to swap out my abilities for like all of the ultimate abilities. Because I haven't even used the ultimate abilities for Garuda or Titan. I actually have only ever used the one for Phoenix. I haven't used any of the other ones. So Garuda's ultimate ability might as well just be Gouge, because Gouge is already really good.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness.
I want to try out
pure. They are
Bahamut's abilities.
Divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard, and you will yield. Or not.
Oh great, another teleporting bastard.
Waken winds! Too slow.
What is the circle? Danger circle.
There's a good boy.
Wait, I shouldn't have used that shit. Stop teleporting away from me, you bastard. Wow, that just carved a chunk off of his health bar.
Little trick.
Fuck. You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Nilfos. Yes! Yes!
Nice try.
Honestly, like, I feel like Garuda's abilities aren't really... I feel like most of them aren't really built for damage output as much as they are for stagger damage output. You know? I need you to stagger, like, right now.
Waken winds!
One is seldom enough. Would you not agree?
Actually, I wouldn't.
That is a lot of spots. Oh, shit. Those have shockwaves.
That's better.
You know, I know that the name of that move that he just used is like a Norse god. But, like, I can only think of the Fire Emblem character. Despite the fact that I haven't even played Fire Emblem Heroes in years. You can jump those? Yeah, but, like, it's just like, it's the same thing with, like, Elden Ring, is that my brain isn't built to think about jumping over attacks. Which caused me a lot of problems in Elden Ring.
I needed that.
Wow, those hits have a lot of hit stun on them. Actually, most of his hits have really long hit stun on them. Really? He had to do an invulnerable move just before I was able to stagger him?
Too slow.
I'm taking so much stupid damage from just being overly aggressive. I didn't mean to do that, but that works. You can't send me mail in 14 since I'm a free trial player. Like, I would understand if it was I couldn't if I couldn't send you mail.
My liege.
But it seems a bit silly that it doesn't work the opposite way.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Oh, great.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden
Missing
of
an R there,
Ash
buddy.
and King of Waloed.
Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
You are as weak as all the rest.
Joshua!
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be alright?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You lot mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake. My boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the Royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose you might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Odin hit Clive with blood explosion spell. His ultimate move.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to me?
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me.
They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
Okay, before I get sidetracked with that, I need to go and, buy healing items. That fight with the evil twink drained me of most of my healing items.
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Trouble with your gear, or... what's Sancfordian, dear?
Why am I able to just craft a rune blade +1? Like, why does that go straight to +1?
No scratches, all right? You can thank me later.
I probably should be upgrading my equipment, considering that upgrading to a rune belt +1 gives me an extra 33 defense. I apparently haven't upgraded my gear in a long time.
No scratches, all right? Should last you a good while. You can thank me later.
And?
Cool. Hopefully that should make me slightly more survivable, because I feel like I've been getting my ass handed to me the last little bit.
Surly soaker.
Sid,
Heard you were in Canva fetching young Mid.
I don't know why. There's something
What do you
about
reckon we should do?
the objective that's just search Mid's dungeon.
You think Mid's ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking. What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's.
Does it have notes inside of it?
What's this tucked inside it?
Ace Attorney moment. Riddle. I know you like your riddles, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best. So when choosing its place of rest, I recalled your opus, daughter dearest. Now it sleeps there in the first. I'm going to have to work on that last rhyme. Luck.
Sid's best invention. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then...
Did Sid ever mention that he had a daughter in part 1? Like, while we were hanging around the old hideout?
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling with Akashic and the valleys are full of ether?
How indeed. My men and I lost...
Hey Banana, how are you doing? How far through this game are we? Last time I was convincing a town to join forces and fight off raiders. Okay, so we went to a town and we ran into the evil king dude who was talking with Ultima in the weird scene from last stream. To rescue Gav and Mid. And then
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
Odin
What
cast
didn't you
blood
break?
explosion spell on me
Nothing. We didn't break nothing.
and
We
killed
definitely
me,
didn't break the
but didn't
orchestrion.
kill me.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way.
Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before. They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is. Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well. Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
We have 5,000 AP. We should probably spend that.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No.
Yes?
We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
Because as much as you don't want to admit it, shit is constantly hitting the
But if
fan.
that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
In new and worse ways.
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
It's gonna make an extra save here. What elemental damage does Odin usually do? Because isn't Odin usually electric? Or is Odin usually, like, some type of other elemental damage? In other Final Fantasy games. Because apparently, in this game at least, Bahamut is light element. So is Odin supposed to be like a dark element?
I were right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Ainea is one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Isn't the Enterprise also the name of the airship in 14?
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharn?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light! I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Honestly, like, I think I said this before, but I really, really like Mid's design.
Everyone with me?
It's simple, but it's very cute.
Here they come.
Time for Flames of Rebirth. Yeah, absolutely. Time for Flames of Rebirth. Hey, everyone, come here.
About that, Osborne, Gav? How are we doing, Mid?
I thought you said that ship was fast!
I love that Flames of Rebirth just demolished the first wave.
I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers! Come on then! Which of you lot fancies meeting Ogre Killer next? I thought it was called Heartbreaker.
Stay down!
Don't let the clash you cares. With bills to pay and I'll be damned if I'm going first.
They always gotta throw one big enemy at you with a stagger bar during each of these fights. Wow, I'm surprised that I managed to get away from that.
Let's try.
So, okay, I guess it's not really an unanswered question. It's just kind of like a question with a more implied answer than an actual given answer. But like, how did Clive end up with the power of the Phoenix? Did he like accidentally yoink it from Joshua when he was young, and Joshua just kind of like regrew it? I love chaining one stagger into another. Also, I like how I said I was gonna spend my skill points and then I just didn't.
That was easy enough.
Alright, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
Hey, Sachi, how are you doing?
You heard the captain.
Clive?
How are you still alive? We just killed you.
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared.
Job stuff.
Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Oh, you're his goat then.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield?
My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner.
How many different nicknames do you have?
No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate, new plan! You leave, we follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Whole army of light blue-haired twinks.
Have care, my friends. It is not blood that runs through Amedi's veins.
Oh, cool! It didn't recharge my.
But they will fall.
Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one! Arise!
Hey, I need all of you to gather up. Thank you.
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea. Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it. Let's do the lot.
I don't know, like, it's probably just me, but, like, I think it's just, like, the silver hair and the elf ears, but these guys very much remind me of, Alphanod from, or however you pronounce his name, from 14.
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
Cool, why did that decide it wanted to go all the way across the, I was about to say, there's gonna be more.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it!
Sachi, were you here when Odin hit Clive with blood explosion spell? This guy. He hit Clive with blood explosion spell and made his blood explode.
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
God, I hate when it explodes.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive?
A little bit late to be doubting this now, buddy.
The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah. You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Randalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back.
I hope that he gets to retire. I hope that he gets to retire and not retire in quotation marks.
Do keep up, my boy.
We're gonna be rowing for a while, buddy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
You know, I know that Jill has been captured. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. I was gonna say, we should go and break the other Mother Crystal while he's not around, but that's a bad idea. Because then we'd have to fight him in one-on-one combat.
Mercy.
And he absolutely creamed us in one-on-one combat, so...
All this...
How did you get all the way here, by the way?
What have I done?
Of course he would blame himself for
Lord.
this. gosh, that is a sleek-looking ship.
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehenge.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours. Look alive, boys! Pull ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye, aye! Do you feel that?
Jill.
All hands! Battle stations!
We have cannons on this thing?
Let's
Or
see what this
ballistas?
skill can do.
Where one leads.
I'm sorry, buddy.
So
that
does
armor
the other
doesn't look
follow.
great on you.
The bond of consciousness which joins them, condemning both to the same fate.
Put on a helmet and maybe
Yet
it'll
my
look better.
every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating.
There you go. Now you look cool.
There is naught my blade cannot sever.
Great Grigos, gosh!
Barnabas.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
You're so lame you don't get to have hot looking armor. You know, like, here's the funny thing is that genuinely, like, he looks fine in his normal clothes, but he looks better in his suit of armor with his helmet on.
It's now or never.
I'll find her.
Bloody hell! Hard a starboard!
I like how Joshua looks when he's semi-primed. I like his, like, phoenix wings.
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
Captain down!
Also, I swear, if Joshua is like holding his own against Barnabas, I'm gonna call bullshit because he absolutely beat the shit out of us earlier. Hey, you can't cast that. You don't have line of sight, buddy. You perish. love how easy that is to chain together. You having fun over here, buddy? Getting your ass kicked by the dog? I was about to say, we're gonna need another set of new enemies approaching. We haven't had the one with the stagger bar yet.
Too slow.
I'm so glad they built boats with these invisible walls. It's to keep people from falling off, you know? Oh yeah, Sachi, you also missed it. We got our second game over. Shit, I fucked it up. Another wave. Or have we got a place to go now? Was it from the blood exploding spell that explodes your blood? No, that was the blood explosion happened in a cutscene. I actually got like a proper game over.
I need to hurry.
We're all going to die. A proper fight at last. I'm the first on the butcher's bill.
No! There he is! He wants him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
Say hello to the air is now fire. Go gadget, the air is now fire.
Farewell. It's over. Steer the ship.
There's one that my friends quote. I don't remember where they quote it from, but it is a quote from something else. It's like, go gadget, the air is now mayonnaise.
Let's try.
This is a cool camera angle. Thank you for backing me up, game. I appreciate it.
She must be here somewhere.
Oh wait, there's an item up here. Sorry, Jill, there's a shiny. You get down into the hold, and Jill's over here like,
Clive, what took you so long? Why did it take you so long? I heard you upstairs, causing all kinds of shit.
And Clive's just like, Jill, you don't understand. There was a shiny on top of the deck.
I can't feel my leg!
I'm easily distracted by shiny objects, Jill.
She won't take us yet. Many of us.
Up.
And only one.
I was half expecting like a Dark Souls style backstab there. Easily distracted by shiny objects. Aren't we all? Everyone's got that goblin brain. Thank you, Torgal. Thanks for the combo play.
Jill!
You came.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
I think it's time for a kaiju fight.
In earnest then.
Cool. Holy shit. It's still split. Oh my god.
Can you go on?
I think so. But to where?
Why are you here? Supposed to be up there fighting Joshua.
You... What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive.
I cast a blood explosion spell on him, don't you know?
This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple?
This guy also reminds me of the guy on the cover of Endwalker.
The
like,
blight
looks-wise.
is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept
It's
your
like he
place
needs to go back to Drakengard.
with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
All he needs is a tongue tattoo. And the inability to speak.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
Oh, cool, good. We actually get a fight this time instead of getting blood explosion spelled.
We don't have to do this. Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Rise, Mythos. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel,
He carried
my
me.
lord will still find you lacking.
That didn't hit me.
All this fire and fury, and for what? Stopping the blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
We know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. I have seen enough.
Gosh, I know that this is the same.
If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might. Cast off your try.
I know that this is the same music that plays in most of these big bullfights, but it slaps every time. Don't mind me, I'm just healing up in case.
You will assume the mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed.
Cool, he cast Blood Explosion on me again.
You would yield so soon. Never.
Clive!
Jill didn't make it very far.
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you.
Neither would you.
The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos, you wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation? And abandon everything we hold dear?
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours. And not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
Clive bested. I wonder if you had like grinded up to like level 99, if you could actually stop that from going off.
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the eyes where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving. Provided they want to be saved.
You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
Okay, I have to say this. That was a very sweet scene. I am genuinely impressed at how many ways they managed to cover the parts that they weren't allowed to show in that scene. There was so much, like, perfectly placed shit to block everything, and it's been in the other scenes that have featured that as well. Like, I'm always impressed whenever, like, they come up with very creative ways of hiding it, and in that scene it was almost entirely just the other person's limbs.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Also, Sachi, I'm very glad that they didn't kill off Jill.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
But yeah, that likely means that Jill won't be coming with us on missions.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherjar, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so. I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want?
Cool, I'll take it.
No scratches, all right? And?
Nixon lumps, we got blood explosion spelled twice.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them.
Wait, this is the little
Don't sell
girl
them,
that was trying to
or
sell,
try to.
yeah,
Earns me enough
at the
for
garrison.
bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsmen I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Clive absolutely fails the take your fucking meds challenge. Yeah.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Don't give me extra side quests. What is it this time?
Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. It's half of that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice?
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead.
Maybe we should just stop
Try as I
showing
might,
things to
I can't for the
Blackthorn.
life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
Something tells me that we're not going to be finishing this game tonight. Something tells me that we probably aren't going to be finishing this game tomorrow either. Or well, tomorrow isn't... Tomorrow's not a stream night, but... You know what I mean.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermo amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only Mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
He still sounds like a Bloodborne character.
What exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the Mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more,
weed bombs.
They're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hood with them, they'll reflect
Clive,
the
did you
heat
eat my
right
infinite
back into the
weed brownie?
furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind, and we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume. and another in the Silent South over in Dhalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then.
Sending me to 3 different places?
It'll do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just...
Canva lost? It can't be true.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything so delicious.
Lady Karen's calling a favour.
Buddy, why are you all the way over here and this is the only way to get to you?
Cid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
We're starting to get the 14 experience of having a whole ton of quests off to the right. Okay, Blackthorn. What's wrong this time?
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. Oh, ain't you got better things to do with your time?
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it
'Cause
helps
he
to
gay.
talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine.
It's his ex.
If it'll get you off my back. That ring he flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
I swear, it feels like sometimes they have, like, a name, and they only pronounce, like, half of the letters in it.
Come back.
Where... Yote, where are you? Let me talk to you.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
How do you split the sea?
Carrot, the Morble. So, Whispering Waters, Rosaria. Is this an area that we've been to before? That's the real question. Rereads, okay. The Trans-Rosarian Aqueduct, cool. Neuron activation.
Look, Daddy. Shining so bright. Isn't it
The word
pretty?
trans has been spotted. Neuron activation.
Inn's full. Don't bother. Come on.
Okay, we're just coming right over here. Oh, it's probably over here. I am very glad that the game doesn't disable your map when you're in combat. Trying to figure out, okay, there it is. I was gonna say, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to turn off the road here.
Straight home now.
Kill.
Couldn't have been just any mobile, could it? All right then.
Damage me, or did that just knock me away? I like that it's not just bad breath now. Now these have worse breath as well as an ability. That did not do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would. this. This fight's going on for a little bit, isn't it? It's also really weird because this fight isn't really much new. It's basically just the other fights with these that we've had. You stop so I can actually hit you? There we go.
That was definitely anything but ordinary.
Nah.
Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
That was pretty close to ordinary, Clive. That was very similar to the other fights we've had against those.
Not here. Let's go.
Sachi, have you seen how cute the goblins are in 14? The goblins are very cute in 14. Or at least the masks that they wear are very cute. They've got these, like, big, round masks.
All right.
With big goggles. And they're pretty cute.
The whole village is turned. I can walk from here.
No. I enjoy having to walk through the village because Clive randomly decided, oh, you know, I'm gonna hop off my chocobo here for no reason. Really? Fuck off.
Come on.
Faster.
I like that the battle music picks right up where it left off.
Thanks, timescale.
It's a nice touch that it doesn't just start over every time.
I'll need to deal with these ones first. Too slow.
This should hopefully take care of the smaller ones.
Nice try.
Fire and flame!
Too slow.
The damage output on that Titan's Fist ability is really dumb. Why does it have an on-demand lightsaber? Because it's ancient tech, you know? You gotta... Ow! It's ancient tech, you gotta, you know, throw lightsabers in and shit.
Find this spherical echo.
What is this Xenoblade-looking enemy?
This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
It's ancient tech. It Toho'd me.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of pep.
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Why did they put the consumables at the end of the menu?
You'll not find a better price than that. Is that all? Oh, the stew's awfully thin these days.
Lady Karen's.
You moved a little bit closer, but you should have come up the stairs, buddy.
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Here. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once.
Don't say the flesh throbs.
It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
That gonna upgrade my... I assume that's upgrading my potion efficiency again. Yeah, nice. Okay, I think the other one, the one that's got the 3 objectives for it, I think that one is going to give us another inventory upgrade. Also, I like this like melancholy piano music that's playing throughout most of these areas.
We have nothing to fear.
Time to fight.
Nope. Not time to fight, Clove.
Don't get surrounded.
May not have killed most of them, but it did pretty big damage to them. You piece of shit, game. You don't allow your buff enemies to use their buffs on other buffing enemies. It's not fair. Where is the other one? You. Perish now. We're gonna get a second wave of enemies here, aren't we? Because there's no enemy with a stagger bar. Oh, no.
2 down, 1 to go.
Ancient tech meet the ground slam combo. I find it a little bit weird that your cooldowns stay on cooldown even through loading zones. What's up, friendos? It didn't quite do as much damage as I would hope it would, but that's fine. happened.
That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
Gosh, this game really does throw, like, it paces out the rest of its side quests decently,
Ambrosio
and then
won't
it's
help
like,
me
here,
here.
have 2,000 right at the end. I would like to summon my Chocobo, please, game.
Oh, here.
Yes, yes, here, Clive.
Faster!
See you, buddy. We're on a mission.
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you asked so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravoged. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. It'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill.
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
I swear, watch us go up there, and he's just gonna be like the nicest dude.
Can't fire the forges, how are we gonna earn our keep?
Shut your hole.
Imagine how funny that would be. You come up here and Blackthorn's just like, this guy is the absolute worst. And you come up here and he's just like the coolest dude.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
You look
It's a
like
pleasure to meet
Blackthorn
you.
without multiple of his
I'll bet it
features.
is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As
In
a
those
personal
words
favor to
exact.
him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravozd won't last long without his furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravozd will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
Yo, Endo, how are you
I'm
doing?
off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two with you, August.
All right then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
How was your stream? Or are you streaming, actually? Yeah, welcome in, all of you who came in with the raid. Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a variety streamer. I play a lot of different stuff. I especially like RPGs and visual novels.
And I've been told that I have a rather good voice. And it tends to catch people off guard.
Hard Space Shipbreaker. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Let's make this quick, shall we? You deserve a rest.
Salvage ships. It's very physics-based. Shit. It's always funny seeing people's reactions to me being able to shift voices like mid-sentence.
Nice try.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that should kill. Man, I'm really letting my SP get up there. We haven't opened our menu since we got Shiva's abilities. Okay,
I say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Most of the time I tend to talk in this voice because it's just what I'm used to. One of these days, I'm gonna do a stream where I do it all in the other voice, just to kind of like try to get myself acclimated to using it more. Like, I use it a lot when I'm streaming visual novels and RPGs and stuff, but it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I need to get used to using it for extended periods of time. Also, have a good night, Sachi.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. and without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier.
Italian scorpion.
And take back everything I said. That thing you've built us is an honest to God's marvel. You've saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pit Coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean
like
more
scorpion,
coming
it's
from
easier
you.
to pronounce.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Just don't tell him where you got it, or he might not use it.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Scorpion.
We didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan, that is. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pit Coal cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the Curse Breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
What extra things am I going to get for this? Is this a new sword?
What do I owe the honor? Not saying Fordian, do you?
No, it's not. Oh, it's a belt that I don't have. I'm still going just for a little bit longer.
Anything else?
I wanted to, What do you mean there's a fourth one?
Awfully thin these days.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their fields and traders their roots.
Okay, yeah, I'm still going for a little bit. Not too much longer, but...
Canva lost. It can't be true.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell
Okay, give me my bag upgrade. Are you gonna let me hold a third elixir?
The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Oh, wow. I think I managed to crack the, I think I managed to crack the, backplate on my PS5 controller somehow. Which is weird, because I'm not usually the type to be rough with my controllers.
That's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit him to the smelter right away! May I present to you the Telemon Furnace! Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise.
More of this character is on screen, the more he keeps adding on to the feeling of talking to a Bloodborne character.
What do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here.
Stretchy metal like a metal
Maybe even
slime.
out there too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about
Gosh,
the
I haven't
inventions
played
you've helped us
any
put
of those
together.
games either.
That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
I tried playing
Well,
Dragon
they
Quest
believe their
XI,
eyes, I'm
but like,
sure.
its combat was just the slightest amount too vanilla turn-based RPG for my brain. Which, despite the fact that I love turn-based RPGs, like Dragon Quest XI, like, I don't know, I like... Oh, it didn't upgrade my elixir stock.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
I don't know. Dragon Quest XI's a game that I would probably give another shot. It's just... its combat is very vanilla turn-based RPG. Like, it has nothing added onto it as far as I remember.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this.
Talisman of Priming. Oh, cool. It's an
Best of
item I
luck
would
out there,
never
Sid.
use.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
Which is glitched because I show up under the... underneath the FF16 category. I mean... I am under the FF... like... Did you mean to say FF14?
Didn't think you would.
Oh, I'm under there twice?
I thought it might be better if he
Oh, that's
didn't.
funny.
He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
How are you doing, Hunter?
Yeah, well... I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Not too bad. I want to do my important side questing before I end stream. But it threw an extra important side quest at me immediately after I finished
Dravost
one.
is still standing. For now, at least.
Oh, hey, you're a merchant.
I have some things for sale.
Never
Maybe we
mind.
meet again.
You might as well not be a merchant. Am I past the desert part? Which... like, this desert part? Like, going through Dalamil? Because, yeah, I'm well past that.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris' scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought.
Looking for Razuna?
Swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I never
Oh, yeah,
guessed, you know.
we're well done with that.
Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Yeah, I was just thinking of his other name, because he was going by Lubor.
What are you doing here?
Like, that's what his
One of the
actual
scouts
name
couldn't
was.
Keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been?
Sandy Benoit.
Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology?
prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course.
Oof.
Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion.
Luckily, this is mainly... Luckily, I'm
someone's got
doing
talent,
side content
you should let
currently,
them
so...
practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. Short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
No, you don't have a minute.
Ready for the off, then?
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Yes, 5 of
Good
16
idea.
gigs of RAM.
Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
That explains some of the frame
Understood.
drops in this game, specifically. They're rare, but they do
I'm
happen.
prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
It's a bunch of particle
I'm going
effects,
out
yeah.
there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
You know, honestly, like... I know that for the most part, 16 gigabytes is enough to run most games on PC. But the,
Alright.
This only the PS5 only having 16 gigabytes of RAM makes sense.
Fire and flame!
Just in that, like, it makes sense as to why it experiences frame drops with these games, despite the fact that they're running on SSD. Oh, wait, I just got my 4th limit break gauge. I didn't realize that that's what, I was buying with my 2000 AP. I'm kind of surprised, all things considered, that, like, with how many particle effects this game has going on, it doesn't experience frame drops nearly as often as I was expecting it to. waiting for my Flames of Rebirth to refill. Honestly, buying Flames of Rebirth as like my first ability upgrade was 100% worth it. Like, Flames of Rebirth has been so good for the entire game. That's a big guy. That's gonna be a guy with a stagger bar, isn't it? Yep.
Farewell.
Oh, cool, a griffin. Huh. Interesting. How do you change your combat abilities? What do you mean? Do you mean like, how am I quick swapping? Because that's just like a thing that you get. But if you mean like, how do I swap what I have equipped? You go into the, it's in gear and icons, and you pick from here. And when you master abilities, you can assign them to other icons. Yeah, when you master abilities, like on the ability tree, this has 2 rings around it, which means I've upgraded it twice, and same with this one and this one. I can put those 3 abilities on any icon.
Is that it? Apparently not.
Oh, cool, a manticore. You hover over it and you just manually you pick it from the menu. It's really weird. It doesn't tell you that you're able to do the, that you're able to equip stuff like that until you've already mastered an ability, which is also something that the game doesn't really tell you that you can do. Well, it was good. Taco time. Also, you don't need to pipe down. My brain had a fart there. Keep spending to unlock all these abilities and never know how to equip them. Yeah, you go over to the Gears and Icon ability, or Gears and Icon tab in your pause menu.
Let's try. There's more.
Barbecue ketchup and spicy mustard Doritos. You know, I don't know if this is like, I guess it's not really controversial, but like, I've never really been one for Doritos. Like, I'm weird. I like my like Lay's barbecue chips. Wow, that was a hard sentence to get out for some reason. I like my like barbecue chips from Lay's. I like ow.
That's better.
I have a really soft spot for, like, for some reason, plain potato chips, like the plain Lay's. Glad I got that in time. Not controversial at all. Side quest you need to complete in order to play the first DLC is at the very end of the game. Yeah, I'm planning on doing like a, because I'm not gonna stream the DLC right away because I don't have the DLC for this game. But I'm planning on coming back to 16 once the rest of the DLC's out. Honestly, that's kind of been my my whole thing with all the DLC that's been coming out lately is just like, oh, you know,
Well done.
I'll play it once we have all of it.
That's better.
That attack is really hard to dodge. There we go. Goodbye. What you use for fire, Willow Wikes or Ignition? I'm not I actually haven't even unlocked, like, I have them open, but I haven't ever equipped them. Because I've just enjoyed the Phoenix abilities too much.
Did I miss any?
Man alive!
But Ignition seems to hit a lot, and multi-hit moves are really good.
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah, but isn't Wykes the one that gives you, like, the little protective thing on it? Yeah, like, this could be really good for, like, combo stringing, but this one, just the amount of hits that it does, if you do this when you, if you did this while the enemy was staggered, it would build up your, multiplier, like, stupidly fast.
Sid, you're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravost won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
Yeah, the multiplier does extra damage.
If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
You start at like a 1.2 multiplier and you can build up to a 1.5.
We're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north. and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
Yeah, 1.5 is the cap on the multiplier.
And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dhalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day, because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravos what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Earth hits really hard.
That doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
You sure you don't mean for Blackthorn? Oh, cool. Another pin for our lapel.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to hone an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravos in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
Yeah, wind has been permanent on my equip list since I got him. Gouge is just too good to unequip.
I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
But yeah, like, I was like, okay, lightning is really good, but there's the one attack that you have bound by default to triangle with lightning, where you just do the like spin and it has a really long windup. I took that off and equipped Titan's Fist, which is the really big punch, by capping out Titan's Fist. I haven't ever even equipped Earth Element as my actual element. I've just used Lightning and stuck Earth Element on it.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
This is gonna be like my quest reward, not crest reward.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
Yeah, and the voice actors in this game do a fantastic
Make
job.
you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Okay, is the Ragnarok sword better than what I have equipped? It would be really funny if it isn't. Proper, like... Gotterdamerung. Voice acting and, like, actual acting are very different, like, things. Oh, wow. Ragnarok is actually significantly better than what I have currently. Okay, what exactly do I need for this super sword?
What do you want?
A lot of stuff. I was assuming that this would be one of the best weapons in the game.
Anything else?
Just because that's usually how Final Fantasy, as far as I'm aware, because I haven't played any other Final Fantasies, likes to do it, where you just have like a really long side quest chain to get it.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
The ultimate weapon will take you 4 hours to craft. That sounds like a ultimate weapon. I've played Kingdom Hearts, especially Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1 ultimate weapon is the worst trying to make it. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Exclamation point Discord if you want to join the Discord. Exclamation point socials if you want to follow my VODs channel or my Blue Sky where I post my art. Otherwise, give me just a sec and we'll find someone to raid. Oh, and today is Tuesday morning, right? Yeah, cool. I didn't forget my days for once. Unless something weird happens, I shouldn't be streaming tomorrow, and if I am streaming tomorrow, it will not be Final Fantasy 16. If I am streaming tomorrow, it will most likely be Link to the Past randomizer. But yeah, give me just a sec and we'll find someone to raid. Okay. Okimi is streaming art. So yeah, I guess, yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next stream. It might be tomorrow for Link to the Past randomizer. It might be the day after for probably the ending of Final Fantasy 16. I don't know how much I have left, but I can't imagine that it's too much left. But I don't know. But yeah, I guess have a good one and take care.